if someone's hurt or sick, there's more than just what you owe the hospital. At the end of the day, I help employers help their people, right? They just want to make sure they have something in place in case there's
catastrophic,
something. Yes,
right?
exactly.
Yeah.
So they don't necessarily need the plans that come with the prescriptions and they're ACA compliant and all of that.
We are here at Minnehaha Country Club today. I'm here with, is it Cassidy Goldstine or is it just Cass Goldstine? What are we going by today?
Today we're going with Cassidy Goldstine. That's Cassidy. The formal,
okay.
You know?
Okay.
But
I normally know her as Cass, so we'll go Cassidy Goldstine today because it rolls off the tongue good though. I like it. Yeah. So it's gorgeous out today.
It's beautiful.
Your husband golfed at Minnehaha today. He had a good time, it looks like.
Good time. Great time.
Always a good time.
Debatable if the golf game was there or not. But,
well, no, he's not a good golfer. We don't need to worry about that. So, tell us a little bit about what you do.
What do I do? So that's a loaded question. Mm-hmm. I guess at the end of the day, I help employers help their people, right? I'm in the insurance industry. I have Paragon Benefit Solutions. So it's connecting the dots with employers to make sure that their people are taken care of in, unfortunately, unfortunate events, right? Whether it's injuries, illnesses, whatnot, making sure they have the proper financial protection when the time arises.
You work for a couple different companies or carriers?
Yes. So I actually represent probably close to about 25 or 30 different carriers. It really just depends. You know, at the end of the day, we customize different products, different things for the employer's needs. Everyone's needs and their employees have different needs. It's like, what industry are they in? Is it construction? Are they in banking? Right? Because we have to look at risk management. So yeah, it's just really coming up with a strategic solution to make sure that their employees are protected.
Fun. So you talked about being in the insurance world, but didn't go too deep into where you cut your teeth was with Aflac, correct?
Yes.
Still with Aflac currently, still doing well there. Why don't you talk about what's the difference between on the consumer side? We kind of assume what the difference with Aflac and with standard health insurance stuff like that is, but where does that delineate with you, or does it not? You do both with most of your clients?
I do. You know, it really depends what the client's needs are, right? Okay. So a lot of people need group health insurance is what I think of, right? That's what's paying the doctors, hospitals, and clinics, mm-hmm. right? So that's what you need the majority of, right? Yes. When you need something. Yes. You yourself are not actually seeing that money. It goes from insurance carrier to provider and then whatever the outstanding bill is. Mm-hmm. Aflac works a little bit different where it complements that, right? And so they'll pay that cash benefit directly to the employee and then they can use it however they see best fit. So whether it's to help cover deductibles, co-pays, but honestly, if someone's hurt or sick, there's more than just what you owe the hospital. Like how are people
paying? Work.
Yeah, like how are you paying the mortgage, your car payments, right? Utility bills. You still have to put groceries on the table. So that's really where the Aflac piece comes into play. So yes, they really complement each other in that aspect. But you know, sometimes I'm working with small employers and the budget isn't there. So maybe doing just ancillary like Aflac would be a better fit. Or if they need a full robust package for all of their employees and they have the budget to do so, then yes, we definitely need to get some group health in there.
So with the economy the way it is, and with inflation that's we've had over the last 5 years, and pricing really going up, and really people's paychecks not going up at the same rate, do you see people opt in more or less because their budget's tighter?
That's a loaded question. Unfortunately, it's the risk mitigation if you don't have health insurance in place is probably one that I would not advise, right? Yeah. I mean, if something catastrophic happens, and unfortunately...
Boy, it's tough out there for a lot of people right now. I mean, like, they're making a choice between bread and health insurance. Like, yep. I got to choose bread.
Yes.
You know, it's like, it's really hard out there for some people. So it's not that cut and dry. I'm sure you see that a lot, right? I mean, it's not like, well, I'm opting out of health insurance. I don't have a choice, right?
Well, and we try to get a little bit creative too. I mean, there's some short-term medical plans as well. So like, that younger version, or that younger crowd, I should say, that they're healthy. They just want to make sure they have something in place in case there's
catastrophic.
Something. Yes,
right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they don't necessarily need the plans that come with the prescriptions and they're ACA compliant and all of that. They can still go through some underwriting and get a lower cost plan that still has full-blown health insurance benefits. It just has pre-existing conditions. So I would compare that to like pre-Obamacare or ACA, right? That's what some of those short-term medical plans, and I've seen those gain a little bit more traction recently for the simple fact that you're right, like that it's tight, budgets are tight, and people can't afford to not have quality insurance. So we're always getting creative on different options that we can provide to.
So when working with an employer, you can allow the employer to give out multiple options. How does that work?
Through the employer, you have a couple different options. You can put a full benefit package in place, and then the employees can choose, depending upon your size, between 1, 2, or 3 different policy plans. So like for your guys' business, you guys have 2 different plan options in place, right? And they can choose either that higher deductible or that lower deductible. If you want to go outside of that, because let's just say, you're very generous with your employees and you cover a good chunk of the health insurance, which is fantastic. Not everyone is in the same situation as you, and they're not able to contribute as much. So if the employee can't afford it, we always have, one-off situations where we can just do something on the side, and maybe the employer is doing some type of stipend for that particular individual in need.
Well, then it really comes down to finding an agent and an agency that's willing to do those. Well, I'm not going to toot your horn, but I assume that you go above and beyond to try to get, it's called the nooks and crannies of how creative can we be here to make sure that, because an employee that has health insurance that's covered is a better employee. They're free. They're freer to do, I don't quite know how to explain that, but I do know that an employee that's got more peace of mind than one that doesn't is a better employee. They're a more loyal employee. They're everything that what you want in an employee, rather than, I hate when I get annoyed when I hear there are no good employees out there. There are the exact same amount of good employees out there today as there ever have been. I'm here to tell you that. But employers, step up and be good employers for your employees. Like, this is not rocket science. Like, care about your people. That's it. That's rule 1, 2, and 3, right?
Well, right. I mean, just to piggyback off that a little bit, when I say I help employers care about their people, like, we're protecting their people.
You can only lead a horse to water, right? Yes. They've got to drink.
Yes.
Right? I'm sure you said that's too bad, but this is not an epidemic. There are a lot of great employers out there, right? I'm sure you see the good and the bad.
Yes. Honestly, the vast majority of employers genuinely care about their people. I think a lot of it is more just getting strategic, right? Because budget is a real thing, whether you're an employee or an employer.
Right. We all got restraints.
Yes. Yeah. Right. So we just need to figure out what those parameters are, and then figure out the best package that we can put together within those parameters. Doesn't mean that that's going to be what you're on forever. Right? I mean, it's always evolving. It's always changing. Guidelines are always changing. So it's just a matter of, making sure that we're putting our best foot forward. And on top of that, a lot of it is service, right? We take a lot of calls on people's worst day of their lives, right? And so everyone thinks of insurance and they're like, oh, that's a great sales job. The day that you deliver a check, the day that you take that phone call, it's the worst day. They don't know how they're going to make ends meet. Someone just lost their job. Their significant other was diagnosed with a terminal illness. And you're kind of the bridge between that person and the insurance carrier so that they don't have to deal with anything, right? I mean, it's keeping things very simplified and easy. That's where I would say our team really hones in on, because we care. It's not about sales. I don't care about sales quotas. I don't care about what my people's numbers are. At the end of the day, I care that they're out there and they're helping people when it really genuinely matters. That is what we do. It's a purposeful job. It is not. It's not about sales, and everyone always gets that a little bit misconstrued when it comes to the insurance industry.
I can see that. Yeah, I can definitely see that. You went into Aflac. Or that was your first start into insurance. You've been with Aflac for 16 years.
Yes.
So I'm sure on the leadership side, on the Aflac side, I'm sure you've met most of the leaders on the Aflac side as well. Correct?
Oh, yes. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, I was in leadership for 8 years with Aflac. And then, I just found that there was a niche where I was going to meet with employees and they loved Aflac, but they wanted more options, right? And so I thought, why don't I branch out, start my own agency, and be able to offer the full suite from medical, dental, vision, disability, life, ancillary, like Aflac, right? So it just, I feel like the moment that you get comfortable is the moment that you stop growing. So I took the challenge and thought, let's do this thing.
Do you have a next chapter in your mind?
Next chapter, the team needs to continue to grow. Yes. Yes.
So the next chapter is about stabilization and growth. We're not going to be adding on services. We're going to really bolster our team where we're at.
We are, and two-part to that. Yes. We're going to hunker down with where we are, build the team, but also technology is always advancing. And I feel like our team in general, they're very quick at adapting to things, right? So when platforms were so scary, people had to enroll all of their employees on an enrollment platform. They didn't know how to do that because COVID happened and you couldn't even run a virtual meeting, right? We were one of the first adapters and it was kind of shoot from the hip, but we figured it out.
That's awesome.
And we were able to help so many people when they were stuck at home. And I went, wow, here is the next. So next chapter,
it's different.
It's different, but it's always changing, adapting, and growing.
That's good. What else do you want to leave us with today?
What should I leave you with? Okay, I have a question for you about this. Where did this podcast? Why did we start doing the podcast? I know I'm going to say from personal experience, I've used Crew. We have a couple rental units. One unfortunately ended up catching on fire. I never really heard anything about this. So, thankfully, I think you and my husband spoke a little bit, but if I don't hear anything about it, that's a good thing. Says that the process was smooth and fine and whatnot. So fill me
or it was a reason for your husband and I to meet for beers once a week to discuss the project. So no, you know what? It honestly started because I don't know, local businesses especially, like yours, I don't know that you have a platform to necessarily go out on social media and talk about your business. I love business. I love my own business, but I love other people's businesses. I love how every single person, no matter, even if you were doing almost the exact same thing that I was doing, mirroring me, how much different your story would be than mine. We could have almost the exact same business size. We get to start at the same time and they would be completely different. Your business is different than mine. I love those stories. I think other people love those stories. And that's really where this started. I mean, nothing more than just, I love podcasts and I love these types of things. So that's really where it started. And I hope that we can bring that out to the masses. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, it is fun. Absolutely. I'm glad you had me.
Absolutely. Well, I hope you have a great weekend and we'll talk soon, huh?
Sounds good.
See ya.